Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing a subject that a lot of people have talked about over the years, but as Ninjago continues, it's always fun to look back and actually acknowledge how insanely connected the early Ninjago seasons were, especially when it comes to the domino effect applied by a young Lloyd Garmadon. Now, as I'm sure you guys know, way back during Ninjago's earliest days, when Lloyd was still technically a villain, or a wannabe villain, he unleashed the first Serpentine tribe in the first season of Ninjago, that of course being the Hypnobrai. Little did we know at the time, unleashing the Hypnobrai would lead to a disastrous domino effect that in a way makes Lloyd directly responsible for many events that would follow up until a certain point in the Ninjago storyline. What exactly do I mean by that? Well, it seems like a lot of what the ninja ultimately faced later on were a direct result of this event. Lloyd unleashing the Hypnobrai. For example, when Lloyd started to open up Serpentine tombs and unleash the various tribes onto Ninjago, he eventually unleashed Pythor along with a few other tribes. Eventually, all of the tribes would get released and team up, causing the rise of the Great Devourer during the end of Season 1. The Great Devourer's rampage on Ninjago would also directly lead to several future villains. For example, the Stone Army, because after the Devourer's destruction, the venom of the Devourer seeped through the ground of Ninjago, awakening the Stone Army. Not only that, but Harumi's parents were killed during the Devourer's rampage, and she began to plot against the ninja, planning her revenge and of course worshipping Garmadon, which would not only lead to Garmadon's eventual resurrection, but also some other events taking place in between the Oni trilogy and Ninjago crystallized, as Harumi was still bitter about the Devourer's rampage by the time she was recruited by the Overlord many years later. Of course, all of the Stone Army stuff would assist the Overlord in rising, which would ultimately let Lloyd unlock his golden power. Then in Season 3, the Overlord would turn around and steal Lloyd's golden power. The Overlord's quest to become the Golden Master would lead to Zane's sacrifice at the very end of Season 3, which would eventually lead into Season 4, where the ninja were convinced to join Master Chen's Tournament of Elements in order to rescue Zane. The ninja would more likely than not never show up to the tournament if Zane was not there in the first place. All of the events of Season 4 would eventually lead into the events that we saw in Season 5, with Moro being freed from the Cursed Realm, and of course the Preeminent ultimately being unleashed onto Ninjago towards the very end of Season 5. As a result of the Preeminent being unleashed, Nia would have to destroy the Preeminent, which would lead to the downfall of Ninjago and Nadakon seeking revenge on the ninja. Bringing Harumi back into the picture here, during the Oni trilogy and Sons of Garmadon more specifically, Harumi decided to seek revenge on the ninja as well, especially Lloyd, because the Devourer, again, killed Harumi's parents. If that event never happened, Harumi would never have revived Garmadon, and the ninja would never have been stranded in the First Realm, leading to the events of Ninjago Hunted. All of these events occurred because Lloyd decided to unleash the Serpentine way back during Season 1, creating this insane domino effect. It is directly Lloyd's fault for all of these events, all of these villains, and all of the chaos that Ninjago has seen over the years happening in the first place. Now, with that being said, Lloyd is not responsible for every single event following the Serpentine being unleashed onto Ninjago. For example, the Time Twins were always going to come back to seek revenge on Master Wu, and a lot of villains that we see in the Wildbrain saga, like Esphira, King Vangelis, Kalmar, and a lot of the stuff that we see in Dragon's Rising, that was all going to happen naturally on its own. But it's pretty crazy to think about how much destruction, how many deaths, how many villains coming back into Ninjago were directly as a result of Lloyd releasing the Serpentine way back in the day. But with that being said, guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Just wanted to make a really quick video going over the history of Ninjago and how Lloyd is pretty much responsible for a lot of it, I guess you could say. But leave all of your thoughts down below in the comments. Did you ever think about this? And now that you know about it, do you see Lloyd a little differently? Let me know down below, and thank you so much for tuning in. That'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. If you guys enjoyed this one, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.